The Phantom Cosmonauts' Voices. Lost in Space. In the spring of 1961, the world celebrated a monumental achievement. Yuri Gagarin became the first human to orbit the Earth. The Soviet Union's triumph in the space race was met with awe and admiration. Yet behind the glowing headlines, whispers of a darker story emerged. A tale of doomed astronauts lost to the vastness of space, erased from history by the iron hand of Soviet secrecy. The legend of the Phantom Cosmonauts begins with unsettling claims that Yuri Gagarin was not, in fact, the first human in space. According to conspiracy theorists, the Soviet Union had launched previous manned missions, but these early cosmonauts met with catastrophic failures. To preserve the illusion of Soviet superiority, the state allegedly covered up their deaths, erasing their existence from official records. The brave pioneers, some claim, are now drifting silently in the cold vacuum of space, their stories untold. One of the most chilling pieces of evidence comes from the Giudica Cordiglia brothers, two amateur radio operators from Italy. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, the brothers claimed to have intercepted mysterious transmissions from Soviet spacecraft. Among these recordings were alleged audio clips of distressed voices, speaking in Russian, pleading for help. One chilling recording seemed to capture the final moments of a cosmonaut, a woman, crying out as her spacecraft burned up upon re-entry. "This is not important. I am hot," the voice reportedly said, fading into static. These recordings sparked international curiosity and suspicion. If they were genuine, they implied that the Soviet Union had attempted human spaceflights before Gagarin's, and that these missions ended in tragedy. The Giudica Cordiglia brothers became the focal point of the conspiracy, presenting their recordings as proof of the Phantom Cosmonauts. However, skeptics questioned their authenticity, pointing out that the brothers might have staged the transmissions to gain attention. Despite the doubts, the eerie voices they recorded continue to haunt the legend. Further fueling the conspiracy are gaps and inconsistencies in Soviet space records. Some claim that early photographs of Soviet cosmonauts included individuals who were later disappeared from public documentation. These vanished figures, theorists argue, might have been the victims of failed missions. The Soviet Union's notorious secrecy and penchant for rewriting history make it impossible to dismiss such claims entirely. The Soviets, of course, denied any allegations of phantom cosmonauts, maintaining that Gagarin was the first human to travel to space. Official records list no fatalities from manned spaceflights prior to his historic mission. Yet, the USSR's track record of suppressing inconvenient truths lends a sinister plausibility to the theory. The fate of the alleged phantom cosmonauts remains a mystery, but the idea of astronauts lost in space resonates deeply with our primal fears. The thought of drifting endlessly in the infinite void, a lone human cut off from all others, is as chilling as it is tragic. Whether the phantom cosmonauts are real or a product of Cold War paranoia, their story has captured imaginations worldwide. To this day, no definitive evidence has been uncovered to prove their existence. But the conspiracy persists, a ghostly reminder of the risks and sacrifices of early space exploration. Are the voices intercepted by the Giudica Cordiglia brothers the echoes of forgotten pioneers, or merely fabrications of an overactive imagination? The truth remains as elusive as the stars themselves.